Have you ever felt lost, but kept walking because your heart knew the way? This is the story of Simba, a little lion who was separated from his family and had only 6 days to find his way back home before the great storm. What happened during those 6 days changed the jungle forever. Day 1. Lost in the storm. In the heart of a vast emerald-green African rainforest lived a brave lioness and her playful cub, little Simba. Simba was full of energy, with a coat as golden as the morning sun and eyes as curious as a star-filled night. He loved to chase butterflies and pounce on his mother's tail, always staying close by her side. One afternoon, while they were exploring a new part of the forest, the sky began to rumble. Dark clouds gathered quickly, and a fierce wind swept through the trees, rustling the leaves like 1,000 whispers. Simba, startled by a sudden clap of thunder, chased after a brightly colored beetle, not realizing how far he was straying. When he looked up, his mother was gone. He called out, "Mama!" But his voice was swallowed by the booming storm. Rain poured down in sheets, blurring the familiar shapes of the trees. Little Simba was truly lost. He huddled under a large fern, trembling, his small heart filled with fear and loneliness. Day 2. The Wise Elephant and the Lesson of Patience. When morning light finally filtered through the rain-washed leaves, Simba felt a pang of hunger. He ventured out, his stomach rumbling. The forest, though beautiful, now seemed vast and intimidating. He wandered for hours, calling for his mother, his little paws growing tired. Suddenly, he saw a colossal gray shape in the distance. It was Ilara, a wise old elephant with tusks that curved like ancient moons. Ilara was calmly munching on some leaves, her ears gently flapping. Simba, a little scared but desperate, approached her. "Excuse me, Mrs. Elephant," he squeaked. "Have you seen my mama? I'm lost." Ilara looked down with kind, knowing eyes. "Ah, little Simba," she rumbled softly, her voice like distant thunder. "The forest can be a big place. Finding your way takes patience, little one. Rushing will only make you more tired. Rest, eat some berries, and observe. Sometimes the path reveals itself when you are calm." She pointed her trunk to a bush laden with sweet red berries. Simba, though eager to find his mother, understood her wisdom. He ate the berries and rested in the shade of a large tree, learning the first lesson of his journey: patience. Day 3. The Playful Monkeys and the Lesson of Observation. On the 3rd day, little Simba continued his journey, feeling a little less afraid but still very much alone. He remembered Ilara's words about observing. As he walked, he heard chattering and laughter coming from the trees above. A family of playful monkeys, with long swinging tails and bright, curious eyes, were leaping from branch to branch. They were collecting juicy mangoes, sometimes playfully dropping them to the ground. "Hello!" called out one of the younger monkeys, a mischievous little fellow named Kiki. "Why the long face, little lion?" Simba explained his predicament. Kiki's mother, a gentle monkey named Mia, swung down to a lower branch. "Finding your way requires keen eyes, Simba," she chirped. "Look for signs, a broken branch, a unique stone, a path worn by many feet. The forest speaks if you listen with your eyes." The monkeys then showed Simba how to spot the ripest fruits and where the freshest water flowed by looking closely at the leaves in the ground. They shared the mangoes, and Simba spent some time playing hide-and-seek with Kiki, learning to notice small details he might have missed before. He learned the value of observation and how paying attention can reveal hidden clues. Day 4. The Swift Cheetah and the Lesson of Trusting Your Instincts. On the 4th day, Simba felt a renewed sense of purpose. He remembered the monkey's lesson and tried to observe more carefully. As he walked near a wide, slow-moving river, he saw a magnificent cheetah, Zara, crouching low, watching her cubs play. Zara was known for her incredible speed and sharp senses. Simba cautiously approached her. "Excuse me, Mrs. Cheetah," he said. "I'm looking for my mother. Do you have any advice for finding lost family?" Zara turned her head, her golden eyes piercing but gentle. "Little one," she purred, "the jungle is full of paths, but sometimes the best path is the one you feel in your heart. You have good instincts. They are like a compass within you. If a place feels wrong, move away. If it feels safe, explore. Trust that inner voice. It will guide you." She explained how her instincts helped her find her cubs if they wandered too far, and how it kept them safe from danger. Simba thanked her, feeling a new sense of confidence. He began to pay attention not just to what he saw and heard, but also to how places felt to him. He learned to trust his instincts. Day 5. The Busy Meerkats and the Lesson of Hope and Perseverance. By the 5th day, little Simba was beginning to feel a little weary, but the lessons he'd learned kept his spirits up. He knew he had to keep going. As he emerged from a dense thicket, he saw a bustling colony of meerkats standing tall on their hind legs, scanning the horizon. They were constantly alert, working together and never giving up. One small meerkat, named Pip, noticed Simba. "Hello there, little lion. You look a bit lost," Pip chirped, wiggling his nose. Simba explained his long journey. "We meerkats know all about looking and searching," said Pip's grandmother, an old meerkat with wise, sparkling eyes. "We search for food, we search for danger, and we always search for a safe home. The secret, little Simba, is hope and perseverance. Even when things seem difficult, if you keep trying, if you hold on to the hope that you will succeed, you will find your way." The meerkats offered Simba some delicious grubs and roots they had dug up, sharing their meal and their unwavering optimism. Simba watched how they worked together, always vigilant, always hopeful. He realized that even when faced with a huge task like finding his mother in a vast forest, a strong spirit and persistent effort were key. Day 6. The Long-Necked Giraffes and the Joyful Reunion. On the 6th day, little Simba felt a mix of weariness and excitement. He had traveled far, learned so much, and now, more than ever, he longed to be with his mother. He walked towards a clearing where the trees were less dense and the sun shone brightly. There, grazing peacefully amongst the tall acacia trees, was a tower of graceful giraffes. Their long necks stretched toward the highest leaves, and their gentle eyes watched over the landscape. One of the tallest giraffes, named Luna, with markings like a beautiful map, saw Simba. "Little one," she said in a soft, melodic voice, bending her long neck down gently, "you seem to be searching for something, or someone." Simba, his voice thick with emotion, told her about his lost mother. Luna smiled. "From up here, we see very far," she explained, "and I have seen a lioness, a very worried lioness, searching along the edge of this very clearing, calling out for a cub. She sounds just like a mother looking for her precious child." Simba's heart leaped. He felt a surge of hope and energy. "Which way, Mrs. Giraffe? Which way?" he cried. Luna pointed her nose towards a path leading out of the clearing, a path Simba hadn't noticed before, camouflaged by tall grasses. "Follow that path, little Simba. And remember the love that connects you to your mother. It is stronger than any distance." With a burst of adrenaline, Simba bounded down the path. He ran faster than he ever thought he could, his small paws pounding the earth. He called out, "Mama! Mama!" His voice, now filled with pure joy, echoed through the trees. And then he saw her, his beautiful mother, looking weary but with eyes full of an undying love, was standing at the very edge of the path. She had heard his call. Her face lit up with overwhelming relief and happiness. "Simba! My little Simba!" she roared, a sound of pure love and joy. Simba launched himself into her embrace, burying his head in her warm, soft fur. She licked his head and nuzzled him close, purring deeply. All the fear, the loneliness, the long journey melted away in the warmth of his mother's hug. He was home, safe in her arms. And that was Simba's long journey home. What a brave little lion, right? Now it's your turn. What story do you want to hear next? Tell me in the comments, and maybe your idea will be our next bedtime adventure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join Story World for more magical bedtime stories every week.